Well, what is the nation watching tonight? Football or the commercials? On social media, the sport of advertising actually outweighs the game. So let's break down the ads from Super Bowl 50. And joining me now is sports marketing expert and CEO of Bold Worldwide, Brian Cristiano, joins us once again. Back for more after last year.
Hey, Steve. Thanks for having me on. I'm excited.
Well, you know, what we learned last year is that there is a backlash from some of these commercials. Did you feel like some of the sponsors were maybe a little bit more gun-shy in general?
I definitely feel that the brands across the board were a little bit more kind of towing the median line. Nobody really went over the edge too far. There was a couple brands that pushed it, but for the, generally speaking, all of the brands kind of were in the middle ground there. Nothing super exciting.
All right, well, let's jump right in, because I always feel like the safe way to go is babies and animals, and it seemed like this one sponsor decided to do this both all in one character. Take a look.
Man, I might just chill tonight.
Puppy monkey baby. 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 Puppy monkey baby.
Mountain Dew Kickstart. Dew, juice, caffeine.
It's like it's a small world. Now it's in your head. This is like a chant that Arizona State frat boys are going to be chanting for the next year.
That might be theirs next year.
Right.
Yeah, you know what? The thing with this ad is you can't unsee it.
Right.
I don't know if that's good or bad, but you can't forget this ad.
And that there has to be some sort of a value to likes as the new currency.
Well, I mean, I think that's what's interesting with this ad is they went really bizarre, but the internet seemed to like it, or at least they were confused by it enough to talk about it. It's trending on Twitter right now. It's one of the top trending. So people are talking about it, and I think they're going to talk about it at the water cooler tomorrow, which is equally as important. Now, did they connect the brand well enough? I'm not sure, but I think we'll find out.
All right, there's also another element, which is you want to have a good use of humor and celebrities, and maybe that was touched upon in this next ad.
Wow, looks like we're moving on up to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Wait a minute, is that George and Wheezy?
Who else would it be?
And what are you cooking there, Wheeze?
Just plain butter, some burgers.
And grilling some beans, my good man.
Did you say beans?
Beans don't burn on the grill.
And don't forget about my signature apple pie.
We finally got a piece of the pie.
Change your apartment, change the world.
All right, so it's always safe to go with celebrities in commercials.
Yeah, there was a lot of celebrities this year, Steve. Alec Baldwin was in a few for Amazon. You had Jeff Goldblum in this one, as well as Little Weezy, which you can't go wrong with, right? Everybody knows who he is. He's super popular in pop culture. The ad wasn't over the top, but it was creative and fun, and people seemed to enjoy it.
And you want to engage the young audience, and the young audience, you have to understand what your demographics are. The young audience loves these two comedians, Key and Peele, and they were highlighted in this next spot.
S-U-C-C-E-S-S-E to the S.
Successes. Our entire life, we have one passion and skill: sports commentating. This player's gonna move over here, over the river. He's gonna run a button hook in here, and this dude's gonna block him out.
You gotta chase your passion, like us. And look where we are now. We in a future hallway, and we got a dope website. If you bring the passion, Squarespace can make it work. Squarespace makes all your jams come to true.
What's interesting about this wasn't a ad.
No, it wasn't.
But it's operating on this cross-platform integration.
I think that's what's interesting, why we wanted to talk about it. It wasn't necessarily because of this ad itself. I think it was kind of mediocre, honestly, at best. However, the amount of press that they got leading up to this, because Squarespace integrated their own platform, creating an entire website where Kay and Peele were actually commenting and commentating on the entire Super Bowl live.
Right.
And there were between 15 and 25,000 people watching the stream live at any given point in time. So I don't think it was the most massive success, but I think they were the most, I guess, forward-thinking as far as trying to integrate multiple platforms.
Yeah, nobody's really been able to do that successfully. We all use our smartphones, iPads, computers while we're watching TV, but nobody's really been able to integrate those two at the same time. You know, another thing that's interesting in these commercials is you always want to have kind of an added element of surprise, and for the second straight year, kind of a newcomer took us by surprise. Take a look.
Over here we have the cube of Rubik. This simple puzzle was actually considered unsolvable by the humans. Now, we think this was a 21st century torture device. Pretty gruesome. And this is the white and gold dress that caused the Civil War. This is Scott Baio. But most amazing of all are the avocados from Mexico. They're always in season, so you can enjoy them all year long. Anybody want to feed Scott Baio? It's included in the price of admission. No?
Avocados from Mexico.
So that's where Scott Baio went. This is the second straight year that avocados has made an appearance in the Super Bowl.
Avocados from Mexico did a really fantastic job in their first Super Bowl appearance last year, and people were talking about it. This year, I think they hit the mark again. They did really good. It was creative. It was fun. It wasn't over the top. It was on brand, and I think people really enjoyed it. And I think that's what brands that come into the Super Bowl for the first or second time need to make sure they're able to do, and they did it.
Marmot did that real quick. Marmot was another one of those new advertisers. Can new advertisers really gain an audience just via the...
And if they do it right. Marmot, I think, first-time advertiser in the Super Bowl, could have been huge for them. I think it was honestly a fail. I don't think that they did a really good job, and I don't think they connected the brand well. And it was a lot of money for a brand like that to spend.
All right, well, when we come back, I'm going to ask you to give us your 3 favorite commercials from Super Bowl 50. Steve Overmyer and Brian Cristiano coming right back. Stick around. Welcome back to our live Super Bowl commercial special. Steve Overmyer alongside marketing expert Brian Cristiano of Bold Worldwide, who's going to give us his 3 favorite spots from Super Bowl 50. And this first one includes dogs and nostalgic music you can't miss with this. So let's take a look.
No, I can't forget this evening or your face as you were leaving, but I guess that's just the way the story goes.
It's hard to resist great taste. Meet the ketchups.
They connected the brand well on this one, didn't they?
I thought they did, right? Wiener dogs and hot dog costumes, running to the product. You can't beat it. It was simple. It was fun. It was family could love it, and it connects the brand to what it is.
And it's almost like they won the best animal ad, which normally goes to Budweiser.
Yeah, Budweiser really didn't kind of hit on the animal thing as hard as they have in years past, but Heinz did a really good job. I think there was another one from Honda that had some singing sheep, which was also creative, but Heinz, I thought, really hit the mark.
All right, we're going to take a look at this next one, and again, it includes another celebrity. Take a look.
Sweetheart, don't look at me like that. It's going to be amazing.
This is a disaster. Who's the genius who puts a girl in heels on a subway grate?
Miss Monroe, eat a Snickers.
Why?
You get a little cranky when you're hungry. Better?
Much better.
This scene will never make the cut. Morons.
Willem Dafoe constantly fueling nightmares. But for Snickers, this was them kind of continuing that year-long theme that started with Marsha Brady last year in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely. Marsha Brady, Danny Trejo last year in the Snickers commercial. This year, Willem Dafoe. I thought it was really good. I think it was still right on brand with what they created last year. And it's this continuous ongoing story. So they kind of set it up last year, and they're continuing that momentum now.
And one of the commercials that's really starting to gain a little traction on Twitter as well is an inspiring commercial from Audi. Take a look.
Mr. President, thank you for choosing the moon.
Oh, this view is magnificent. This has to be the proudest day of our lives.
Not hungry, huh?
Is he eating?
Nope.
Okay, Commander. Come with me.
Driver. Down. Eagle looking great. Your go. Roger, looks great.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is liftoff. We have liftoff.
A 200-mile-an-hour car? By the way, star exploration is in vogue once again, and it feels like that ad proved that you don't have to be funny to be successful.
No, you don't. I mean, I think a lot of the Super Bowl ads kind of tend to try to go for funny, but if you're really creative and inspirational, which I think this ad was, and connect the brand to a story like that, like space exploration with 200-plus-mile-an-hour car, it really connects well, and it's exciting for this audience. And like you said, right, we've got Elon Musk with SpaceX going on right now. It's a hot topic, and people are thinking about that, so it's also kind of culturally relevant right now as well.
Ultimately, as we wrap this segment up, I mean, 30 years ago, advertising was just in its simplistic form. They were just drinking a Pepsi or what have you.
Right.
It's become a lot more complex right now. Is that a reflection of us as a society as well?
It is. I think it started with Apple in 1984. They were the first to really kind of tell a brilliant story and get people sucked in, which is how it kind of started, where people are looking at the Super Bowl for the commercials themselves. And as that's progressed, yes, the commercials have to connect where society is right now. The moments, the times, the people, the things that are important to society, to the culture, that's what the ads are trying to reflect.
Well, it's entertaining. We love watching it, and it's we can't wait to see more ads coming up next year. Sports marketing expert and CEO of Bold Worldwide, Brian Cristiano, thanks for all of your analysis, and great having you in studio once again.
Thanks,
buddy.
Steve. Pleasure to be here. It was a lot of fun.